biggest week of my life. Why? Because tomorrow I leave for The Amazing Race, one of the biggest reality shows in history, bro. It's Emmy Award winning, which means it's like won the best awards ever. And the winning team gets $1,000,000. And I'm teaming with Knockout Brooke. We're racing around the world, which means we're going to go to New Jersey. We're going to go to Pluto. We're going to go to Jupiter. We're going to go to Alaska. We're going to be everywhere, bro. We're going to be everywhere in the world. I'm personally excited most to go to Planet Robbie E. Boom! Friday nights, 8 p.m., CBS. Check it out. Amazing Race. This is going to be huge. I'm going to win $1,000,000, bro!
Welcome to hour number 3 of the Pro Wrestling Experience here on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. I'm Josh Lopez alongside KG. Now we're bringing in our special guests. They are the stars of CBS's Amazing Race every Fridays, 8 to 7 Central on CBS, America's #1 network, and also on TNA Impact Wrestling every Wednesdays, 9, 8 Central on Spike. We welcome in a Brawl Master, Robbie E, and also former Knockout Champion, Miss Tessmacher. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing pretty good. How are you doing today?
I'm awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, was that a recording of me, or did you just do a really good impersonation?
I could, but no, we did some production stuff before the show started. But yeah, what's the biggest thing you've guys taken away from your experience on the show so far?
I think the biggest thing we've taken our experience on the show so far is just being connected 24/7. I mean, the places we've been and the ways we've had to travel together, we're connected at the hip. So being able to deal with each other and put up with each other throughout the whole experience, I think it has grown as people and as a tag team connected, you know?
I think that we've taken away that, we can really appreciate what we have in life. We went to a lot of countries where, people were less fortunate, as you saw this past week on Amazing Race. When we were in Marrakesh, these people, they're churning butter for hours for just 3 ounces. And, there's a clip of me talking about how I put just 3 ounces on my pancakes at once. So, we're very fortunate to get into a car that drives on the right side of the road with AC and be able to go to a store, not sit there for hours churning butter and milking goats. So definitely very, very blessed.
Brooke Adams and Robbie E here on the Pro Wrestling Experience on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. CBS The Amazing Race every Fridays, 8, 7 Central. They're heading to Italy this Friday night. There's 6 teams left, and now with the show heading to Italy, as the race gets tighter and tighter, what are you guys' mindset heading into this next mission?
I think we're getting closer and closer to the $1,000,000, so we got dirtier and dirtier, At this point, everybody's being friends with each other. But all bets are off. Expect the unexpected. We're in it to win it. We want that money. So, I mean, as it gets closer, I think people are going to start ripping each other's hairs out.
It definitely gets a lot more tension does start to grow. But I think our strategy of no strategy has really helped us through the race. Rob and I really went into it very open-minded. We didn't lay out a crazy plan. We didn't sit and watch hours and hours of The Amazing Race. I mean, we did a little of our research, whatever, but there's no way to fully prepare for something like The Amazing Race. So, yeah, I think our strategy is going to stay the same. We just got to, be a little bit more serious and pay attention to details, which has kind of hurt us a little bit in the beginning. But you never know. Like, as you see, luck really does play a huge role, too. So, yeah, it just gets more and more exciting every time the team gets eliminated. So.
We're on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. It's Pro Wrestling Experience, and we are with Robbie E and Miss Brooke Tessmacher. It's the hashtag wrestlers on The Amazing Race, and of course TNA, which you should watch every Wednesday night on Spike TV. But Robbie, I gotta ask you, I know we're taking everything seriously. What makes you more uneasy here, the animals or the clowns?
You know what it is? I'm pretty sure it's the animals. I hate clowns, but I've gotten over my fear of them. But there's something about animals, and it's got to be certain animals. You know, some animals I get along with. Some animals that have hatred towards me, but for some reason, I don't know if it's my hair, I don't know if it's my muscles. For some reason, certain animals just have it out for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they think I'm a fellow animal. I don't really know what the situation is. But, like, for instance, the goats this past week, Brooke was giving it to me because I was having a little trouble putting the cup down there and taking the milk from them, but she didn't understand that they were speaking to me in their goat language.
Oh, God.
Telling me that they weren't, you know, that they were going to attack me.
No, he's just like a girl. That's
I didn't want to.
true.
They said, listen, if you tell Brooke that we're giving you a hard time, we're going to attack you. So I couldn't tell that to Brooke.
Do you hear? Do you see what I deal with? You see, the goats weren't saying that. Nothing was going on. He's just, like, deathly afraid. He's like a woman. You know what I mean? It's $4 million, and he was scared to death to pull on these titties. Scared to death.
Oh,
I mean, you just got to go in and grab them. You know what I mean? You just got to really get in there and get them.
Well, I know you're really excited to bring the goat home, and
Oh my God! It was the cutest thing in the whole freaking world, and it cried. When it cried, it sounded like a real, like, little baby. Its nose was so cute, and its mouth, I wanted it so bad. It was so cute.
As veterans on the TNA roster, what are the biggest misconceptions about TNA?
I think everyone's just always hating on TNA because they're bored. You know, since TNA started, I think everyone, you know, has said every year it's like the new, hey, TNA's going to not be around, TNA this, that. TNA is the greatest wrestling company in the world. It's been here. It's not going anywhere. Dixie Carter's the greatest boss, you know, in the world. She takes care of all our wrestlers. We have the best, you know, I mean, our roster's awesome. People just want to have something to talk about. So I think,
Always.
you know, gotta take every rumor and run with it. And but yeah, that's really it. I mean, that's the big misconception of it. I mean, really, when you look at the big picture, I guess in any kind of sports or anything, you always want it's fun to talk about good things and bad things for the fans. So that's really all it is. It's just talk.
Well, on this show, we don't really focus on that dirt sheet or whatever the IWC says. I mean, for me personally, I mean, I just watch the show because I'm a fan of wrestling, and if there's good wrestling, I'll watch it. And you guys do a great job every week. Going back here, it's been a while since we last seen you in the ring, Brooke. Havoc's been on a massive roll over the last month, and as 2014 is coming to a close, could we see you come back in the ring and go after Havoc and get your Knockout Championship back?
I wouldn't see that before the end of the year, just due to the way the shows are and with the Amazing Race, but I'm hoping and praying at the beginning of the year. I've definitely been keeping an eye on everything and watching weekly, and hopefully be on the UK tour. So it's definitely something that I have in my plans in the future. Just it won't be before the end of the year. So
Brooke Tessmacher and Robbie here on Pro Wrestling Experience on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. They're stars of The Amazing Race, The Wrestlers, every Fridays, 8/7 Central on CBS. KG, you got a question?
Oh, yeah. Robbie, you are a former X Division champion and a former television champion, not to mention a two-time tag team champion. I see big things coming for you in 2015. Don't you think it's time to focus on that big title? I think you kind of deserve it, right?
I agree. I think it's time to head in the world title direction. It's a short list of people that could claim that they were a Grand Slam champion. And I will promise you right here on this show, after I just admitted to you that Goats talk to me, I will admit to you also that I will be a Grand Slam champ. So those are two huge things that just got announced.
That is pretty a big announcement, especially the Goats thing. I think everyone expected the Grand Slam champion part. But, you know, I think that'll be great. And also it'd be great if you and Jesse can get those tag team championships back, too.
Yeah, we're looking to have the titles around our waist for a third time. Maybe I'm looking to be X Division champion. Maybe I'm looking to take out Havoc and be Knockouts champion. I mean,
yeah, bro, just take them all. Speaking of tonight with the tag team tournament coming to close, who you got winning in the finals between the Hardys against Low Key and Samoa Joe?
You know, it's really hard to say. They're both great teams. I'm pretty sure they've never wrestled each other before, but I mean, Hardy Boys are Hardy Boys, man. Tag team wrestling, after you do it for a while, you realize that experience and being together and doing things in and out of the ring really makes or breaks a team in tough moments and tough matches. And tonight, I just think Hardy Boys have been together so much longer, it's going to be to their advantage. Low-Key and Samoa Joe haven't been a team long enough to win a big match like this.
Now, with the Amazing Race, of course, you get to go all over the world, get amazing memories, and take home goats. But, you know, we have a little bit of a goat thing here in Chicago, too, especially if you're a Cubs fan. So I'm wondering, what's the biggest memory for the two of you in Chicago?
Go ahead.
Brooke actually lived in Chicago, so I'm pretty sure she would have more memories in Chicago than I would, right?
Yeah, I used to live off of Lake Shore in Ohio, right there by the pier. I just remember, like, flooding my bank account on the Magnificent Mile. That's my fondest memories, and freezing my butt off. I mean, you guys have the most beautiful summer for about, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about.
I really wasn't prepared for the weather, but it's a beautiful city. I loved it. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure my greatest memories in Chicago, I used to train at a wrestling school there, and I used to take the train and into it every afternoon, and I would just write in a little book and write little poems to myself while I was
Okay, so he's talking about me right now. That is me. I did. When I did go to a school up there and ride the train to it every day.
Now,
why are you telling them what I used to do? Those were my
That's not what you used to do. You're making fun of me because that's what I used to do every day.
No one's making fun of you. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Brooke, tonight Gail Kim returns and she's going to get her chance to get the title back from Havoc. What are you expecting in tonight's Knockouts title match?
I don't know. It's definitely going to be pretty exciting. I'm hoping that Gail actually does get rid of Havoc, get her out of the picture. I mean, she is intense. That is a big woman. Not to say that this little spider monkey could not take her, but I think I'd rather take on Gail Kim than Havoc. I'm just saying.
Now, Robbie, I know you're a former Great Lakes Championship heavyweight champion, and Blizzard Brawl 10 is coming up soon at the Waukesha County Expo Center. What are you looking forward to heading to Wisconsin next month?
Well, it's always good to go there, and the roster's great. I'll be in tag team action with Jesse, so we'll be teaming, ripping it up as we usually do. And, you never really know what to expect when you're at Blizzard Brawl. Al Snow's there. It'll probably be his birthday, because it seems to be his birthday on every wrestling show he's on. So I'll be making fun of him, and it's always a good time. So if you're in that area, I definitely suggest you come out and check the show out.
And we suggest you guys to check out The Amazing Race every Fridays, 8, 7 Central on CBS, America's #1 network. And also on Impact Wrestling every Wednesdays, 9, 8 Central on Spike. Brooke and Robbie, it's been an honor to have you on the show, and we'll love to have you back on sometime soon.
Yeah, maybe after you win.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, maybe after you win the $1 million.
Yes.
I mean, hello.
And after I win the Knockouts title.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm getting a baby goat.
See you later, bros.